entertainment section here at Shanghai, which of course is coming.
All I know about Bag Lady is that she's an old lady and she's travelling from Cardiff to London, I think to visit her children, but I'm not sure if that's true. She only moves a few feet a day because she's got 2 huge trolleys full of bags.
She didn't want no help because she just wanted to do it by herself, didn't she? And yeah, I don't know if she did get to London or not, you know. Hopefully she did, like, you know. Hopefully.
Well, I tried to explain to her that at her time of life, she shouldn't want to be sitting out in all these elements. And maybe that to get rid of all the baggage that she was carrying, put it into store, and again, catch a train to London. Or I'd take her to London. Well, at the time, she refused. But she didn't know she was going to be arrested. And she didn't know they were going to try and section her. And I think that changed things a little bit in her mind. She says she's trying to make contact with her children, that she's actually going to be travelling to London to do this. But I think part of it is an excuse just to be on the road and do what she wants to do. So anyone who asks her what she wants to do, she's making her way to London. But people, normal people who want to go to London would catch a train and go to London. Put her things into store and go to London. But she hasn't done that. She's decided to do it her way. From what I understand, she came from Iran 30 years ago, married and had 2 children, and it appears then that there was a divorce, and he went back to Iran and left her here. But that was her choice. She wanted to stay here. When her daughter turned 16, technically speaking, Maheen's life changed because she had a daughter who was now a non-dependent and had to be accounted for, which would have changed her benefit system. And she didn't like it. And she took her daughter with her on the street. And they lived for 8 months in a car park by Asda in Cardiff. The daughter then left. Because she's actually been living on the streets for the past 7 years. Her daughter has told me categorically that she doesn't want her to come to live in London with her. And she's going to be seeing her and telling her this. People give her food. She doesn't need anything else. Food and cigarettes and cat food. That's all she needs. She wasn't scared. She got nothing nobody wanted. She hadn't got anything of any value. And the only thing that was of value was to her. I mean, the most valuable thing she had, in her eyes, was a suitcase, a very battered suitcase, which got wetter and more deteriorating. And inside this suitcase was her children's toys, teddy bears and dolls, in a very sad state. And to her it was of great significance. And she had a battered old chest of drawers, which appeared to me to be full of papers, newspapers, and the cat slept in there, most of the time.
Police.
I do reckon she got kids on the other side of London, to be honest. Because otherwise, why would you want to walk from wherever she's walking from to London?
By the time she gets there, they're going to die.
I reckon she's got all her possessions in the whole world.
She's from Lithuania as well, isn't she?
Does anyone actually know that she's got kids? But I do reckon, right, she is determined.
Does she sleep?
Oh, Emma, right, £3
Yeah,
you can get on the coach.
Robert eats.
And I'm serious about it. I mean, you could get on a coach for £3.
2 months ago.
But they do say in there, like, parents always say they'll do anything for their kids. So if she has got kids, then she's going to do what she can.
She said she hadn't looked in the mirror for years. And I took her to a service station so she could have a wash and a brush up. And she said she looked in the mirror and she didn't hardly recognise herself. I think her aim to London, her aim for this, is an excuse for her lifestyle. If I'm to be honest. It is sad. That's very sad. But she's a woman of her own destiny. And if she won't do it, apart from kidnapping her and locking her up, there's nothing you can do. It's her right to live how she chooses. But in a way I admire her. Because it must take guts to sit out there night after night. I'm a hard woman. But I tell you, she must in her mind know she can't continue like it. She's got to accept that. But there are some psychological issues. There must be. No one of 52 years of age wants to sit on the side of the road with snow on their head and icicles hanging off their hair. It's not normal. It's not normal. It's quite sad. Quite sad. But I've had some long conversations with her daughter, and I do understand where her daughter's coming from in some respects. So I think they've had some bad times together. But at the end of the day, it's her mum. And your mum's your best friend. And you only miss them when they're not there.